All right, peace and blessings, family. I'm excited to get this live underway. In particular because so many people have been like, "Yo, does everything you teach apply to where I'm at here in Switzerland or the UK?" I've gotten the most though out of Canada. So a lot of people have been reaching out, "Yo, does all of the information you teach apply to Canada as well too?" So I got a video specifically for all of my Canadians that I'm gonna, drop for you guys. I'm about to be going live here soon with my business partner, a couple of my business partners actually as well too, and whom we've got the operations with. One of them being out in Toronto, and then another one being out in the States, whom is also familiar with consumer law and the whole credit space. Who actually has his own credit company and franchises out other ones as well too. So we partnered as far as helping individuals out in Canada, and I just have a couple different things that I want to go over with you guys. Some differences from, credit here in the USA versus credit in Canada. We got three consumer reporting agencies, aka what most of us have, not aka, but what most of us know of them as, as bureaus. They're actually consumer reporting agencies. Out in Canada, they only have two. Right here, we got three, main ones that are reporting. We got Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Whom here, let's see if y'all are familiar. Is anybody, and then I'm also going to go over like some different regulators. So here, y'all know I talk a lot about the CFPB, which is a regulator of these consumer reporting agencies. So these are the people whom the consumer reporting agencies have to report to themselves. And so I'm going to show you guys a um, couple different places out in Canada that are very similar to the CFPB. Then I'm also going to go over 5 different misconceptions about Canadian credit. So let's see. Okay. So out in Canada, a lot of people aren't aware that there's no Experian, right? There's only Equifax and TransUnion. And ordering your credit report anywhere is free. It should always be free. So just go to their website directly, go to Equifax, go to TransUnion, and order a consumer report. First step that I always recommend, no matter what country you're in. Let's get an official copy from these reporting agencies, seeing what they're reporting on our consumer report, right? So the difference is there is no Experian. I'm going to go over also now 5 misconceptions about Canadian credit. So number one is that credit scores are universal. So just because you may have, and the difference as well too is here in Canada it goes all the way up to a 900 credit score. In the States it goes up to a 800. And so big difference right there as well too. So, if you're in the 700s, it may not be as, beneficial if you were in the 700s back in, the States. And so credit scores are not universal. Some people mistakenly believe that there's a single credit score used by all lenders in Canada. In reality, there's actually two. So Equifax and TransUnion, and they are separate, to make that clear as well too. And each may calculate your credit score differently. Lenders can choose which consumer reporting agency data they, so different lenders obviously work with. And I'm going to draft up a whole secret lenders list with all of the lenders in Canada, and seeing which lenders they pull from. Having that secret lenders list in Canada is going to be very vital as well too, knowing which banks pull from where. So we're definitely going to continue taking action on that. Number 2, closing old accounts improves your credit. A lot of people think, just because I close an old account is going to, help my report. It actually may harm your credit score, because part of your credit score is based on the length of your credit history. I always tell people you always want to have at least 4 to 5 years of history on your report. The next one is checking your own credit hurts your score. Checking your own credit report, known as a soft inquiry, it doesn't actually impact your score. So when you go to Equifax, when you go to TransUnion and you order your report, a lot of times they're like, I don't even want to check my score because I don't want it to affect my score more, because I know my score is bad, so I don't want it to drop even more because it's already bad. So if I check my score, it's going to drop even worse. Nah, see, that's what we're not going to do. We want to order our reports directly from them. I know if you go through like third, parties such as like Borrowella, Borrowel, I believe that's the name of it out in Canada. It's on my phone, which I'm on this live here on my phone, so I can't pull it up. But if you guys are in our public Discord, I'll drop the link for that for all of my Canadians, so you guys can go ahead and order a report through there as well too. It'll give you it instantly. It may take, some days or a week to get your report from Equifax and TransUnion through the mail. High income means excellent credit. Just because I got a lot of money, I got excellent credit. Not true at all. A lot of times, actually, a lot of the most wealthy people and, very, very wealthy people don't have good credit at all, as a matter of fact. Your income is not directly tied to your credit score. While a higher income can help you manage debt and credit more effectively, credit scores are primarily based on your payment history, credit utilization, length of history, and other factors. So payment history is always going to be the, number one. So having also multiple different accounts, in which I'll talk about even here, different primary accounts. I'm going to look here for different primary accounts and credit builder accounts that you guys can add on that will not pull your credit. They'll be soft pulls, but they'll be primary accounts, in essence, trade lines. So different trade lines to help, build the payment history so you can have more payment history so you can acquire more, credit to leverage this credit. The last one is debit cards build credit. And we all know that. That's very, very basic. But those are the top 5 misconceptions. And it's very crucial to have a clear understanding of how credit works in Canada, versus the United States. So I just wanted to go over those 5 common misconceptions. I'm really going to dive deep into like different sub chapters that you guys can use. Why didn't today specifically? Because I had read and been reading, and each province does differentiate. So I do want to, do couple different provinces, probably do like Saskatchewan and do Ontario. I believe that's one. But couple different places for sure. Ontario, where all throughout where Toronto and stuff is at, got a lot of people out there that have been reaching out. So for sure there, and then I'm pretty positive out here in Saskatchewan, and maybe even the BC area, we'll get some things as far as the province and uh, you know the debt collection practices that we'll use within that specific province if there's one specifically for there. So check this out right here. So the CFPB is a U.S. government agency responsible for consumer protection in the financial sector. So there's CFPB set up to protect us consumers, but in Canada, the consumer protection in the financial industry is primarily overseen by multiple regulatory bodies at both the federal and provincial levels. Here are some key agencies involved in consumer financial protection in Canada. So what I do here in the States, outside of just sending dispute letters to Equifax and TransUnion here in the States, also Experian, I'm also sending in complaints to these regulators against these banks as well too. So let's say out here, BMO or Affinity was reporting inaccurate information on my consumer report, aka credit report. Now from there, I'm going to go to these regulators if they are regulating these banks, and I'm going to go and file a consumer complaint against them as well too. So check me out and write these down. I mean, if you guys are gaining value as well too, I see, I've got a good amount of people that have been on this call. Make sure you guys are liking this video if you guys are gaining some value as well too. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure you guys subscribe and turn those notifications on, because we've been going live every day for the past week, and I'm going to continue going live as promised for the next 30 days. So today specifically, we went live 2 times. We went live earlier this morning, and we're back at it again with the little, switcheroo. More so, going earlier this morning was specifically and only for, the people within the USA. Here is specifically for people in Canada. So tomorrow I'm gonna do, I haven't really thought about it. Yeah, I may even just go over the importance of setting up that 508c1a. I think it's about time for that, but I don't know if y'all ready for the 508c1a. So that does, I'm pretty positive, apply internationally. It doesn't matter what state or what country you're in. So here's the 4 different regulators I'm going to give you guys. Number 1 is the Office of Superintendent of Financial Institutions. The OSFI is Canada's federal regulator for banks, insurance companies, and federally incorporated trust and loan companies. The next one is the Financial Consumer Agency of Canada, and they play a significant role in the consumer protection in the financial sector. It oversees federally regulated financial institutions and ensures they comply with the consumer protection regulations including transparency in financial products and services. So they may be the best ones to go to the FCAC, the provincial regulatory bodies. In addition to federal overseers, each province and territory in Canada has its own regulatory bodies responsible for overseeing financial institutions and enforcing consumer protection laws within their jurisdiction. These agencies may vary by province. And then the next one is the Ombudsman Service. Budsman. So Ombudsman Services. And this is many financial institutions in Canada have their ombudsman services. Y'all in Canada may know better of what I'm referring to. Would serve as a dispute. This is just the reading and research I've been doing from like the past month and two, as I've been working on clients' reports out here in Canada. Resolution mechanism for consumers who have complaints about financial products or services. So it's important. Whom I've been going through specifically is the FCAC. I haven't really gone through specifically with each province and the provincial regulatory bodies. I've simply gone to the FCAC. I've not tried the OSFI, the Office of Superintendent of Financial Institutions, but I bet that'd be a great place to go as well too. I know for a fact the FCAC, Financial Consumer Agency of Canada, will definitely be there and be on your side to help protect you. And so I know a lot of you guys are suffering from negative items on your report. This call specifically is more so for you guys out in Canada. If you guys have nothing negative on your report and are looking to add on some trade lines to start building your account and building your credit out in Canada, that's going to be next call. And I got a lot for you guys. And I'm going to have so many different primary and trade lines that you guys all can add on. But in the meantime, some things that you guys can do is get added on to a parent, a mentor of you, or somebody whom can help you guys get added on as an authorized user, somebody that has really good credit, that's good with their finances, get added on as an authorized user, and from there you can go ahead and have all of the history and everything reporting onto your report that's reporting onto that credit card. So for instance, if I have a $20,000 credit card and it's been open, or my dad has a $20,000 credit card that's been open for 10 years. He adds me on as an authorized user. Now that $20,000 card that's been open for 10 years is being reported onto my credit as well too. And so with that being said, that's helping with the history, payment history, all of that. So that'll drastically help. So does anybody have any questions on this live? If not, I will see you all tomorrow, and I appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in. I'll give you guys a quick second. Okay, family. Well, I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys all have an amazing day, amazing evening, and I'll tap in with you all tomorrow. Make sure y'all turn your notifications on. Don't play yourself. We out there. Peace and love.